Hi folks, my name is Greg and today I'm going to take you through a short 5-minute demo of Internal Developer Portal. So what is an Internal Developer Portal? Well, it helps reduce developer onboarding time by allowing self-service. For example, self-service of a new repository, infrastructure like a Kubernetes cluster, or a CI/CD pipeline. It also enables measurement of service maturity with scorecards. For example, do we have observability enabled? Do we have documentation or security scanning enabled on this service? Finally, reduces cognitive overload by offering documentation, ownership information for service and its APIs. So what is Harness IDP? Well, it's based on the open source project Backstage from Spotify. It's compatible with the Backstage community plugins. It's a managed offering, so you don't have to host it yourself and reduce configuration toil. It's built on a mature, battle-tested orchestration engine, reducing scripting for your onboarding workflows. Also has very strong security, multi-tenancy, role-based access control, governance, and many more compelling enterprise features. So let's jump into a short 5-minute demo of the Harness IDP. So here I am in my Harness user interface. We can see the internal developer portal on the left-hand side. And I can see in my service catalog 3 different services. I'm going to click on the boutique front end. Immediately I can see an overview page where I can view technical documentation, view the source code, the scorecard for my service maturity, the relationships to other services, links to instances of my service in different environments, and subcomponents of the service. Clicking on the CI/CD tab, I can see executions of my CI/CD pipeline. I can see the status, I can see some details on it, and I can also drill down into that particular run of the CI/CD pipeline to view any information or errors. Clicking on the scorecard tab, I can see my overall service maturity. I can see the checks by which we measure the service maturity, and I can see the weightings for that particular check. On the API tab, I can see the APIs that I'm consuming. I can see the open API spec for each API. I can also drill into the API itself and view the documentation, source code, relationships, and so on. Clicking on the Docs tab, I can view any documentation that I would like to make available to the developer. For example, starting up the service for the first time before I start developing against that service. I can see any dependencies that my service has on other services. Using the Kubernetes plugin, I can also see where my particular service has been deployed in my Kubernetes clusters, what pods are they running, etc. In terms of the self-service catalog and templates, I can define my services that I want to make available to my developer as templates. For example, how to get access to a Mongo database, how to create a GitHub code space, or a Java app and onboard it. And I can power these with a very mature and robust Harness orchestration engine. This workflow is very visual, but you can also define it as YAML and store it in your source control system. Very easy to create custom steps in here, and you have a palette of options to choose from. For example, I can see approvals as steps that I might want to add, creating a Jira ticket, running builds in other systems, running Terraform, so on and so forth. Many different steps that you can use out of the box without having to do scripting. Moving to the admin portal, we can see all of the plugins, the open source plugins that we have available that you can import in to offer these services to your developers. We can see the definitions of the scorecards, where we can custom checks and add particular scorecards for different services. We can see we can control layout, access control, connectors, so on and so forth. So that's it from me. Thank you for viewing my short 5-minute demo. If you'd like to learn more, feel free to reach out to us and get a deeper dive, or feel free to take a trial at www.honest.io. Thank you for listening.